Hey guys, this is Crap Hunter, and welcome back to War Thunder, and welcome to patch 1.41. Woo! Woo! There we go. Yes, patch 1.41 has finally joined us. You know what that means? That means a new patch, First Impressions, is now underway. Huzzah! And it also means bugger! All the progress I've just made in War Thunder Ground Forces is now completely gone kaputski. Scheisse. Yes. Well, anyway, doesn't matter. We've had some serious fun with it. I didn't get to make too many videos of it, regretfully. I mean, I recorded a number of stuff, but unfortunately couldn't release too much content. So there has been, like, what, my first battles or whatever? But doesn't matter. Ground Forces is finally out! Yes! Finally, Ground Forces makes its appearance on the War Thunder scene. I cannot wait. I am super excited, and I just cannot wait to start talking about this new patch, because it just looks and seems so awesome. So anyway, without further ado, let's get started on this patch 1.41 First Impressions. So, first of all, let's go to the aircraft. That way we get them out of the way first. So, as usual, we're going from America to whichever nation on the right has the most aircraft, or the last amount of aircraft. So, the Americans, they've received 2 new aircraft. This being the PBJ-1H and the PBJ-1J. I think these are naval-like versions of the B-25s, which I automatically like them because it's the B-25. Let's have a little look at this girl, shall we? So, I'm going to assume she's very, what? 75... What? Oh my god. Ah. Ah. Oh, hello, hello. You have just made... Oh, hello. 1 second. I just need to do something very quickly. Research! Oh my god! Oh my jeez. I've heard of high caliber shells, but not for a bomber. Oh, I'm gonna like you. Yes, I automatically like this bomber. 8 50 cal machine guns and 175mm gun. Holy crap! That's amazing. Oh, wow. That is so cool. I'm sorry, this is amazing. She looks a little bit like someone with braces at the front with those machine guns. It's like, turf! But then she's got that on the side, so I don't mind. You look sexy to me, don't worry. We'll sort you out. We'll get rid of this blue camo. Give you an army camo green look. I think she'd look really nice with a green. But anyway, 75mm gun! Holy shit! That's really good! Really good! That's awesome. Anyway, enough about this aircraft. There are others to do. So, yeah, automatically liking. The PBJ-1J, what is this? It's got to be like 150mm at the front. No, it's just 50 cal machine guns. I'm not impressed. You fail. Let's have a look. Let's have a look nonetheless. Oh, hello. Yeah, someone thought overkill and suddenly thought of this plane. Yeah, this is the plane which I reckon Overkill was created from. Look at that. 12 50 cal machine guns on a bomber. On a bomber, guys. Not just a fighter, a bomber. This is seriously like America's attempt at being Russian. There we go. Don't get... Oh, what's this? Oh, it's got a nice... Oh, it's a shame it doesn't have it on the other side. Otherwise, this aircraft would be looking so good. It does look a bit silly, though, to a degree, with that one fuel tank on the left. I'm going to assume that's a fuel tank. Yeah, that's pretty cool, though. That is pretty cool. I mean, you've got gunners at the back, so she is armed. She is as armed as the B-25. Even, in fact, slightly more with the previous version with a 75mm gun. That is really good. Thumbs up on that. Those 2 aircraft I automatically like, especially you. Ah, 75mm gun. Oh, I'm just thinking about you. So anyway, enough of the creepy kind of... Oh, no. Yes, enough of that. Let's go on to Germany, Deutschland. What has Deutschland got for us today? Well, apparently there's 2 new aircraft, which, I see one of them already, and I think this is the... We'll go for this one first. The ME262-C2B. Now, I have no idea what kind of upgrade this thing has. Apparently it has more horsepower, and... Oh, hello. Yes, there's the horsepower you need. And she also has the jet at the back. So she's got a jet at the back, which is pretty cool, and a jet to the engines as well, which actually looks kind of sick. I do like that. That's really cool. Makes it look all streamlined. No. I will say, the ME262 has certainly improved in aesthetics for me over recent course of time. Like, I've yet to fly one. I mean, I've yet to get to any jet. But it's still quite a nice... It still looks quite nice. I hope that I'll be good at it whenever I get a German jet. But yeah, this is certainly a good aircraft. Her rating is 7.7, which is pretty nice. And yeah, I can just imagine extra horsepower, which is pretty decent. So yeah, hoorah to that one. Hoorah indeed. That's pretty nice. Alright, what's the other ME262? Right, so I automatically have a feeling that she's going to follow in this lineup. That's like a 50 mil. Where's the one which has the 75 mil? There's the one with the 75 mil. But that only does ground targets, which I think now that ground forces have come out, will actually turn out to be kind of useful. Not as much ammo as the American jet, though. American vehicle. Oh, hello. I can automatically see something about this aircraft. Polkerstörer. And, oh, yes, that's certainly a bomber hunter. Yep, that's a bomber hunter. For sure, bomber hunter. Interesting, though. Like, you couldn't... I mean, this is a 50 mil gun, which is very good. And the camo's pretty decent as well. But you can't really see it doing anything else except shooting down those things. I mean, you could try. I mean, hell, you'd rip any other plane apart with this thing, but I think primarily this is a bomber hunter, or a medium bomber hunter. I reckon Mosquitoes, even perhaps the Broken Fighter might end up... I don't know, do you get Viewfighters at Tier 5? Surely you probably would get some kind of Viewfighter at Tier 5. Well, medium bombers definitely will suffer at the hands of this thing for sure. Whether or not this thing will work well in combat with anything else, not entirely certain. Probably not, but still, a good plane nonetheless. I like to see Germany getting more. Now, the Soviets. You wouldn't expect an update without having some Russian planes introduced. And apparently the Russians get an aircraft which is apparently controversial. Here it is. Tier 2. MiG-334. Yep, I read about this. What it makes... right, okay. 2.0! You're serious? Holy crap! Two 20mm cannons and 2.0. The Christ. A tier 2 bloody Spitfire with 2 cannons is like battle rating 3.2. Bloody hell. Or 2.7, so you'll start seeing it in tier... Oh, jeez. Like, I want this aircraft because it will probably be a lot of fun to fly, but I reckon I'll hate this aircraft because it will kill so many people. 2.0? Really? I can imagine a lot of people have already grinded and gotten this thing. Hell, I'm probably going to do it at some point, but I know this is going to cause some kind of controversy. I mean, I'm not an expert with War Thunder, but I can tell when something's going to rustle some jimmies, and this will certainly be the best rustling of the jimmies I've seen for some time. So, yeah, that's going to be fun. I'll make sure I'll keep my eye on that. MiG-334. I mean, it only has, thankfully, cannon. And you know Russian accuracy. But, then again, you know Russian accuracy. What else is new? This thing. I-185M71. Go to customization, tier 4. 3! Oh my god. 3? Russia, what do you expect? Hey, friends, I've got a great idea. What's that, Sergey? How about we get one of our 185 planes, get a Russian cannon, and stick 3 of them on? What's that? Yes, stick 3 of Russian gun on plane. It's genius. Forgive the terrible Russian accent, but I'm imagining that's what probably happened in the planning department. I know what Russia was like when it came to making up, successful designs, and I heard about how they punished him. You were punished if you screwed it up, but still. Oh, well, at least this one is at rank 4, and it has a 5.3 battle rating, which means we're going to be seeing, this thing is not going to be completely alone without, it's going to be facing some heavy competition, that's for damn sure. And hopefully its impact on the field may be, although powerful, certainly not going to be overpowering. I don't think it will be as bad as perhaps many people will say. That said, first impressions. And the last aircraft, which I do apologise, I've already kind of seen, which is this thing, the IL-10, 1946 edition. This is basically complete cannon-rama. You've got 4 23mm cannons at the front and one 20mm cannon at the rear, being your co-gunner, which is pretty cool. Certainly very useful. I reckon in some matches, because this is a battle rating 4 with a 5.3, so I reckon it'll be quite a useful vehicle for all you ground attackers out there. I like flying the IL-2 series. In fact, the entire Russian tech tree, of all the Russian tech tree, the only aircraft line that I actually really enjoy flying in are the IL series. Don't know why, I just love them. They're really fun to fly, and I recommend if you're going down Russia, try the IL-2. I've yet to get that though. I think I've already researched it, but I need to get the other one as well. But that said though, I kind of find aircraft which have only cannon, while don't get me wrong, it's certainly powerful, to be kind of very limited in their capabilities to do stuff once you've run out of ammo, because obviously 20mm ammunition with the reload times we have nowadays means that for some durable time, if you're an arcade, or worse still, not at all in realistic, you can only fire only so much, whereas with the other guns, the IL-2, where is it here? The IL-2 having 7.62 machine guns, you actually get the benefit of having machine guns alongside the cannon, which I quite like. I've always preferred that, but each to their own. So Russia gets a fairly decent amount of aircraft. And finally, Britain. Well, first of all, they get a new premium aircraft. The Spitfire Mark 14C? Yeah, I'm going to say Mark 14C. So, yeah, once again, another Spitfire. What a surprise. So, 7,000 gold. That's quite a bit. Quite a bit indeed, actually. Yeah. I don't know whether it'd be worth it, but it has got 4 50 cal machine guns and 2 20mm Hispanos. So, for all you Spitfire lovers out there, there's another one. So, what else is new in the British tech tree? Well, if you thought, I absolutely love my Spitfires, I can't wait for more, then you're in luck, because the new aircraft for Britain are Spitfires! There's an original thought there. The Spitfires have made another contribution of themselves by putting 2 more Spitfires in the Griffin series. Now, luckily for these aircraft, they actually have 50 cal machine guns, so it may be worth going up there. Maybe worth it at all. This is the Spitfire F Mark 14E, which looks which actually looks kind of decent, I will say. It certainly looks a lot better than the Griffins. So there you go. There's a new one for you, or at least I think this is the Griffin. I don't know. My knowledge on Spitfires after World War II kind of decreases to buggereth all. But yeah, this series is when they get 50 cal, and this is the new one as well, the Spitfire Mark 18E. So 4 marks later, this is what you get. Nearly no difference, but whatever, markings. So yeah, British Spitfires, can't get enough of them, even if you don't want them. Oh well, you're trying, Britain. You're doing what you can. It's like, I got Spitfires. We know. Okay. So there you go for the aircraft, which is pretty good. I am especially looking forward to flying the American stuff, and it's a fairly balanced amount of stuff. I'm also interested about the aircraft in Germany. But I'm guessing all you guys out there who are watching this are saying, for God's sake, Crap Hunter, shut up about the aircraft. It's about tanks. Okay, fine. Yes, now the biggest bit of news for War Thunder patch 1.41 is the fact that now we have tanks. Yes. Before I start looking like a complete and utter maniac, I do have a very big interest in tanks. I don't have tons of books on them, but I do prefer them over aircraft. But for those out there who haven't played War Thunder before because aircraft aren't really your thing or whatever, you now have the ability to play the ground forces vehicles. So I highly recommend you take the opportunity, check out this game. It's free to play. No harm, no done if you don't enjoy it, but it's a new, refreshing way to play tanks. So when you're playing ground forces, when you want to play ground forces for War Thunder, you go to the research tab and look to find that there are no tanks at all. What's this? You may be thinking, but really all you need to do is go to the tab here, which is Army, and there you go. Bob's your uncle, Nellie's your aunt. There's some tanks for you. Now, I'm not going to bore you to tears with all the tanks that you can see, so I'm just going to talk to you about the reserve tank, what you need to, what goes in the research point, and what kind of skills you need to give your crew. So when you start out the game, with vehicles, you start out with this for Germany, the Panzerkampfwagen 2 aus der See. And to all intents and purposes, this vehicle is very good, except for one feature. She has 35mm to the front, 15 to the side, 15 to the rear. Same goes for the turret. 30 to the side, front, 30 to the side, no, 30 to the front, 15 to the side, 15 to the rear. Now, for all you World of Tanks players out there, in this game, when it comes to modifications, you cannot modify this vehicle. You can't. You can't modify this vehicle in the way that you would normally expect. You can't add a new turret, you can't add new tracks, you can't add a new engine, you can't give this thing a better radio. What you see is what you get. But War Thunder have done it modifications in a different way. And here you go. Like with planes in War Thunder, ground forces receive a number of different sections for different kind of parts. You have the aggressive, the offensive abilities, the defensive abilities, and your mobility abilities. It's a lot of abilities. But one section you have to be very careful about, but it comprises of two things, are these two little things. These two things are immensely important. And when you go into tanks that aren't part of the reserve line, nothing will be unlocked. So you'll have to face what I'm going to tell you without the advantage of this. This is the parts. Now, on a reserve tank, it's automatically, given to you because otherwise you wouldn't know to use it. This basically allows you to repair your vehicle in the field, because without them, you can't fix your horizontal drive if it's broken. And what that basically means is you can't turn your turret, because in combat you will take damage. And unfortunately, some of these damaging markers will actually cause parts of your tank to fail, and you potentially could be disabled without even being killed. So to have spare parts is immensely useful. It's the first thing that anyone should ever go for in their tank, and regardless of the mobility, you can be the slowest bastard on the field, but as long as you can fix yourself, that's all that matters. The next most important thing is this: the fire prevention equipment, or just for all you World of Tankers out there, it's pretty much minor repair minus fire extinguisher. But these two parts will save you from an early death, and fingers crossed, like I said, it's a savior for an early death, and fingers crossed you'll be able to get these things relatively quickly without suffering at the hands of not having them. This one actually has an interesting thing. Once you've researched it, you press a certain key depending on which one you want to try, and this thing actually has two uses, which is very cool. Now, all of the other upgrades are kind of the only upgrades I think that will really matter to you will be these: ammunition, and depending on your tank, artillery support. Yes, now you can actually call in some artillery support to help you out in those big close-knit situations. However, it is a tier 4 upgrade, which means you'll have to have driven this tank for some time before having access to artillery support. So yeah, don't get used to, you won't research this thing instantly, which is a good thing. But it does mean that light tanks now have the capabilities of taking on and potentially killing heavier tanks and equalizing the balance of power on the field. But then the only other thing before that, though, you'll have to keep your eyes on are these. This is basically different ammunition types. This one is, I believe, high explosive, because you can see, cool. So these basically are the different ammunition types. And as you can see, the penetration value of this is quite poor. It is quite poor indeed. I mean, 20mm cannons aren't really good on tanks. Brilliant on planes, terrible on tanks. And you can see there, high high explosive, fragmentation, and sentry. So that's basically your high explosive shot. It's with these two that you actually start receiving better penetrations. You can see, isn't that the same as that one? Yeah, it's about the same as that one, but the velocity I think is improved. Nope, it's slightly slow, so that's not the best of shells. Whereas, there we go, this one. This is the one that you probably want to have, the Panzergrenadier 40. So, you'll be able to have much better penetration, and much better velocity than your previous one. I think this one just has a different kind of shell to it. Yes, it just has a different kind of shell to it, which is cool. I'm starting to pay attention to that as well. So, it's when it comes... So, firepower-wise, although you can't stick a bigger gun on the tanks, you could certainly improve the velocity/penetration power of said shell, which is pretty darn cool. So there you go for that one. There's the German reserve tank, and there's all the stuff and there's a little bit of stuff that you'll have to work with that one. So the Russians, what do the Russians get for their first reserve tank? Well, this thing, the T-26 1939 mod. Now, imagine what I just talked about, the Panzerkampfwagen 2, only in reverse. She has got, the T-26 has got terrible armor, terrible turret armor, is really slow, but has an amazing gun. Damn good gun. 52 as standard shell. And I imagine upon getting, you have to research the parts on this thing. Yeah, 53, 61, and there's your high explosive. Even the high explosive shell has penetration power, so the 45mm gun will undoubtedly help you out a lot in the field, which is pretty darn cool. That's actually kind of nice as well. But anyway, so as you can see, it's a much better gun. You do get artillery support. You don't get as much other stuff, but it's a much better for penetration. However, when it comes to controlling vehicles, I highly would recommend you either go on the training level, or take a test drive of said vehicles. In fact, to be honest with you, whenever you get a new tank, take a test drive. You know, just get a test drive of it when you have the luxury of going around a map, seeing how the gun works, seeing the velocity of the gun, and also seeing whether this vehicle is, you know, fast, slow. You think, oh, if I can get this, I can try that. You know, all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, there's the ground forces, cool. There's the ground forces, for you. And, yeah, that's patch 1.41. So, without further ado, I will take you now into one of the battles with my reserve tank. So, here we are, in the field of combat. And a fair amount of people share my love for the Panzerkampfwagen 2. Huzzah! Well, at least one of you. Archery! So yes, we are in the field. Oh, that's the premium one already. Someone's already spending money. That's lovely. So anyway, T-26 has just taken the kill. This is Karelia. This is the, I say this is like the go-to map. This is the map that you'll have your test track on, which is alright. I do like it. It does have a variety of terrain. Now, for this is an arcade game, which basically is very, very... All the archery! Bollocks. I keep forgetting about that. Oh yes, you can actually get damage now by hitting trees. You don't just stop, you actually take damage, so be careful. Let the bigger tank go first. So there's a T-26, and my T-26, and someone likes to try and trip me up. Okay. Right. Radio has just been made a message just saying that our enemy team has now tried to send a message, has basically sent a radio call to get some kind of stuff. There's a T-26 engaging. Oh, oh no, and this game's just lagged me out. Whoa, shit, that was close. Yeah, I just had a lag spike worth of damn, but I still am in the fight. So the T-26 has just set the enemy has sent our Panzerkampfwagen on fire. Come on, hurry up. Yes, got a kill. Right. Let's get out of here. Right, so unfortunately we did just have a nasty lag spike, which isn't good. Not happy about that at all, but what can you do? It's my computer or it's my internet. Either way. In fact, to be honest with you, I have a feeling it's more my computer than anything else. Oh, Panzerkampfwagen C just take a shot at me. But as you can notice, the little white crosshair at the background is actually my penetration value. Now, you only receive this... oh shit, under fire. Swing round. As you can see, I'm driven. Thankfully, my experience of this game has allowed me to survive thus far. But the best part is the damage that you can do to your opponents is actually quite nice. Right. Right, let's go a little further forward because it's going to take us too much time. Ah, come on. Panzerkampfwagen C. In your weak point. As you'll notice on the right-hand side, there are little text messages with different coloured text. That means that certain specific parts of the tank have basically been damaged. So now I'm going to get a few cheeky shots into it. Come on. Yep, there you go. Just got a kill, and my engine has just been knocked out. And because I haven't got unfortunately, my engine is now on fire. I will get this T-26, and I'm dead. And because I didn't have fire extinguisher, my tank burnt out, which is a real shame. But the thing about arcade is that you can still... You've got multiple tanks to choose from, which is absolutely fantastic. Only downside, of course, is that because this is a stock tank, I can't put the fire out. But yeah, this matchup is, you know, quite a tense one, actually. Tree! And don't worry, the bigger the tank you have, the more trees you'll be able to knock down. See? I can knock down some trees. Screw you, nature! Boom! There's one vehicle down. I set him on fire. Now, one little tip that will actually help you out... Oh, okay. Cheeky shot. One thing that will actually help you out, if you're a World of Tanks player, you'll understand what I mean. If you do damage to a vehicle, but someone else gets the kill, normally in War Thunder, you don't receive any kind of benefit. Oh, shit. Someone's taking a pot shot. Oh, you cheeky fucker. And my crew, unfortunately, were knocked out by the T-26. The sneaky little bastard. But I set him on fire, I think. Yes, I did. Awesome. So, yeah, basically, what you'll have as a bit of an advantage is your opponent will burn out if he doesn't have a fire extinguisher, and you actually get more points for doing damage to vehicles than you would if you just shot and killed them in one shot, which is really nice. So enemy T-26 player has just croaked it. I'm at the moment unaware of how to reload my tank in the middle of a clip. I think I have to fire all of mine off at the moment. Which is, it's alright, I don't mind. It's not especially the worst thing in the world to happen, but it's not exactly the most pleasant of things. So there is a Panzerkampfwagen Hostage C. I don't really have a shot at him. Now I do. Just like in World of Tanks. Right, pulling back a bit. T-26 there is actually in a much more... We are winning at the moment, which is a small relief, but we have to be careful now because enemy tanks are looking. And just as I say that, commentator's luck, obviously. Swing round, come on. Gear 2, gear 2, gear 2. So enemy forces are now capturing the base. Our forces are getting hammered to shit. I imagine our guys are being taken out as well. Stop. Right, he's down. Oh, just dodged a shot. Artillery has just started taking pot shot. I land right at the wrong moment. Just keep moving. This artillery shell that does hit. Ooh, hello. Diamond it. Come on, loader. Oh, that was so close. That was a close call. Unfortunately, shit. Just as we were getting into it, unfortunately, I am caught out, as my Panzerkampfwagen 2C does have no, unfortunately has no other, I've run out of tanks, unfortunately, which sucks. Our team doing okay. I mean, the other team has certainly taken full advantage of us, and I don't believe we'll win this game. We were close, though. We were doing very well. Unfortunately, had I had a fire extinguisher, I may have lasted slightly longer, but oh well, we tried. Anyway, I will take you now back into the garage now. So there you go. I don't believe we won, but actually, that said, we did. We got all the modifications for Tier 2, and this is what it looks like. So fire prevention stuff you get, which is pretty good. And I got a shit ton, which is lovely. I, in fact, could even get artillery support, which I kind of will get now, because it means that I can actually counterattack any kind of armoured vehicle. The next thing I'm going to get is sprue gear, because that means now I can fire high explosives to my better... I don't know. Did we win? Did we win? No, we were defeated. I'm not surprised. But still, we now have done that, which is pretty nice. So now what we're going to do is go to the tech tree. But that is a good idea. Getting a Stork would be nice, but I guess I want to go for something else. But yeah, I'll probably get something like that as a spare tank. But anyway, so there you go. Hope you guys have liked this first impressions. I did forget a couple of things, so I will just quickly bring them up to speed for you. First of all, there is something new for the Japanese. I did think there was. If we go to the Ki-45, these planes now have their own cockpit, which is absolutely fantastic for the Japanese community. Huzzah! So yeah, Japanese community, you now have cockpits for your Ki-45s. Apart from that, there is a new map called Spain, which basically is the Spain during the Spanish Civil War in 1937. So that will be a new historical battle for you guys to stick your teeth into. And also there is a Kursk map for all you guys who like to play simulator. So yeah, that's about it for this one. I mean, I will obviously, as usual, provide the stuff at the bottom. New word, bottom. I will provide the links to the full changelog at the bottom of this video. But if you like this kind of content, do feel free to let me know by typing in the comment section down below, clicking on the like button, and of course subscribing to the channel. If you yourself are a YouTuber, a World of Tanker, War Thunder player, / YouTuber who does World of Tanks or War Thunder, feel free to let me know if there's any kind of ways I can improve my overall performance. I will do what I can to improve it over the next course and hopefully make even better video for you guys. And the final part of this video, question. There's a question for you to answer, and I'm going to ask you these guys. So, hells yes. Which is, now that Ground Forces has been released, and you have seen some gameplay, because I imagine you probably would have also checked out a number of videos of Ground Forces from other YouTubers, do you think, having potentially played / watched a lot of them, that you will potentially pick this up and potentially enjoy this more than World of Tanks? Now, my answer will be put in another video. But this one, I just wanted to let you guys know about this because it is out. It's out now. Today is the 15th of May, 2014. War Thunder now has Ground Forces. Huzzah! And I look forward to seeing you on the battlefield. This is Crap Hunter signing out. Thank you very much for watching, and see you later.